Steve Lovell knew something was wrong when he started running again after a knee injury.
And I found I could only run for a block or two and just got really fatigued. And I thought, well, you're getting older, it's going to take some time, just push through it.
That was the first sign. The second sign was when he went to donate blood and they warned him something was off. The technician couldn't see any red blood cells. They recommended he see his doctor.
The doctor herself called me at 8 a.m. the next morning and said, I need you in today, and you might be prepared, you may need to go to the hospital tonight.
Steve found out he had a type of blood cancer called myelodysplasia, or MDS.
It's something you really can't prepare for. You hear the cancer word and immediately, fear and apprehension and all that.
Steve ended up needing a bone marrow transplant, which he had in 2010 at what was then Seattle Cancer Care Alliance. SCCA and Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center merged in 2022 and are now known as Fred Hutchinson Cancer Center. The hardest part of having cancer? The recovery period, where he needed around-the-clock help.
I lived by myself in downtown Seattle, and they said, for about 3 months, you're going to have someone with you 7/24. And I thought, oh my gosh, I may not be able to do the treatment because I don't have someone.
Fortunately for Steve, his friends and coworkers at Alaska Airlines stepped up in a big way.
It was pretty amazing. I had a group of probably about 10 different caregivers who rotated around to make sure that I had the care I needed. And of course, the care at Fred Hutch is just phenomenal.
Steve is cured of his cancer, but he does suffer from some side effects from the treatment, and he comes in once a year for checkups. Because of the miracle Steve experienced here, he is giving back. He recently donated hundreds of volunteer hours over more than 2 years to help design a new 6-story building at the center. The goal of the expansion? To help make sure other cancer patients have the best possible experience while they go through what is likely the worst experience of their lives.
When you go on a cancer journey, you've never been that journey before. You don't know what to expect, and you can feel like you're losing a lot of control. And I felt like there were some things that we could do with the clinic building to really give back that control to patients, to make it a better journey for them.
The team of around 45 people spent more than 2 thoughtful years working to make sure everyone's perspective was included in the plan, from patients, caregivers, to staff.
Integrated facility design really takes into account the experience of the people who are in the environment and who are doing the work in the environment.
We were hands-on with the staff to come up with what would work. That's what I thought was unique up front. And it started with pieces of paper. What's it going to look like? And then it moved to little scale mock-ups, like little, we would put different things and little furniture in and stuff like that, just like you would maybe a dollhouse or something.
But this dollhouse went full scale next. They literally built an entire floor out of cardboard.
We built out life-size mock-ups of the floors in a warehouse down in Des Moines.
And it was just an open warehouse and a whole lot of cardboard. And that meant building the sinks, building the tables, building the chairs, the walls.
We literally ran scenarios and, what worked, what didn't work. On a Monday, we'd build it. Tuesday, we'd run scenarios.
And if we wanted to tweak something, we just tore the cardboard out and redid it.
Wednesday, we'd tweak things, and by Friday, maybe we had the design baked.
And we did that over and over for months and months.
The work might sound tedious, but when you see the 150,000 square feet of new space, you know it was worth it.
If you make things easier for staff, they're able to spend the time they need and focus on the patients. If the patients are in an environment that is less stressful, it's going to benefit their healing.
Good morning, Heather. How are you today?
What you won't see here, traditional waiting rooms. Instead, the entire design is aimed at cutting wait times and keeping patients in one space.
By just making sure the room is big enough to deliver all of that care to the patient, it means that the patient comes, they can relax, their caregiver has a space with them. We're bringing everything to them.
One of the other unique features of the new building is an automated parking garage. Patients pull up and a valet takes the car into an elevator system that parks it for them. The idea here is to save patients time and stress.
And then when the patients and families come out, they request their car is brought up for them, and they just drive off. Make it very easy and low stress.
All of that time traveling, checking in, waiting, that's all waste for the patient. It's non-value add time.
There are also a lot of large windows and soothing artwork to create a peaceful feeling.
We really did want to make sure that we brought light and hope and an atmosphere that supported the patient experience as well as the staff experience.
When this came up, I felt like this is what I need to do, because I need to give back. Putting in that kind of an effort makes it even more rewarding, I think. When I come over here, I just get a warm feeling of all the work we did. What's neat is it's here.
Watch CityStream Tuesday nights at 7 on the Seattle channel, or find us anytime online at seattle.gov.